So this building moved across town to a larger, nicer building because it was growing and expanding in great ways. And so on the day of the grand opening, one of the owner's friends wanted to send him some flowers to celebrate this wonderful occasion. The flowers arrived at the new business site with a big card that said, "Rest in peace." The owner was shocked and he was angry, and he called the florist and he complained to the florist about, what a horrible mistake this was, how upsetting and how angry he was, and the florist apologized profusely. He said, "Sir, I'm so sorry for this horrible mistake. I really, really am. But instead of staying angry too long, could you just have some compassion and just imagine this. Somewhere there is a funeral that is taking place today, and they have flowers with a note saying, 'Congratulations on your new location.'" So, all right. And mercy applause. I'll take it. So today we are talking about the power and the importance of peace of mind. So how much peace of mind are you experiencing right now? How much peace of mind do you tend to experience on a daily basis? And how important is peace of mind to you as a value and a priority in your life? I was listening to the longtime motivational speaker, Brian Tracy, and he said something I absolutely loved. He said this. He said, "The best measure to determine how successful you really are is the amount of peace of mind that you enjoy at any given moment." And I think he's absolutely right. Peace of mind is the absolute key to happiness and fulfillment. It is the key to having an open and positive mindset. It is a key to in bonding in relationships, because if you aren't at peace with yourself, it's hard to be as fully engaged in relationship. Peace of mind opens the path to handling challenges and difficulties. It opens the mind for creativity and being more effective. I really believe that developing a peaceful mind is an absolute prerequisite to greater success and improving our lives and greater levels of happiness. If we don't have peace of mind, think about this. If we don't have peace of mind, there is not enough money in the world. There's not enough education, there's enough power or status or success or achievements that can fill that space of feeling inner peace and happiness. A lack of peace of mind absolutely limits our ability to enjoy and to experience the fullness and the richness and the beauty of life. How many people have ever had so many things on your mind was racing and you couldn't stop it? You couldn't stop your mind. Anybody have a time like that? Or how many people have ever overthought and just kept thinking of something to the point that it distracted you from concentrating on your work or being in a conversation with a loved one? Anybody have that? How many people would say that you worry a lot? You're a worrier. Okay. Most of us don't want to admit we worry, but we all worry. Men worry, women worry, young people worry, old people worry, rich people worry, poor people worry, Republicans worry, Democrats worry, Catholics worry, Protestants worry, atheists worry, agnostics worry, carnivores worry, vegetarians worry, vegans worry. We all worry. Not only do we all worry, but we worry about everything. We worry about what we have, and we worry about what we don't have. We worry about what we say and what we didn't say, what we do and didn't do, how we earn our money. We worry how we spend our money. We worry about keeping as much of our money away from the IRS as possible. We worry when we're unemployed. We worry when we are employed. We worry because we're not married. We worry because we're still married. We're worried that we left the stove on. We worry if the deal might fall through. We worry that will we get things done in time. We worry, will my spouse be upset at me? We worry about our parents. We worry about our kids. We worry about the weather, the economy. We worry about COVID. We worry about violence. We worry about everything. Big things and little things, real things and imaginary things. Worry has become a way of life for us to the point that we don't even realize we're doing it. We're thinking, oh, we're just thinking. And the truth is, we cause ourselves more harm than we realize. And in fact, we are so attached to worry that if we are told not to worry, it gets us upset. What? Stop worrying about my family? Stop worrying about my kids? Stop worrying about my finances? We think somehow that worry helps and worry protects us. Worry keeps us safe in uncertain times. We think that worry is a sign of care, and it is to a certain extent, but we think that worry is the right and the best thing to do. You know, you ever know somebody who worries so much that he didn't have something to worry, and then he started worried about not having anything to worry about? I mean, it's kind of funny, but we all do it. But if you look at the Bible, countless examples of it saying, do not worry. Why do you worry? Who can worry, by worrying, can add a single hour to their life? Other things it says, do not be anxious, you know. Do not be afraid, you know, do not fear. All these things wrapped up, I'll call them all worry, but they're all different versions of negative states of mind and an inappropriate use of the incredible power and creative abilities of our mental thought. Worrying is a poor use of the power of our minds. Worrying not only distracts the mind and focuses on negativity and tries to pretend to cover up our fears, but the worst is, by the law of attraction, the more we worry and focus on the negative, the more things that we attract. But you know what's the most significant sign about worry? It's that we don't really know how to use the power of our own minds. Worry is showing that we are not programming our minds in the most positive, effective ways to give us the kind of life that we want. Worry, yes, robs us of peace of mind, but it robs us of not only enjoying our lives, but it limits our ability to use our creative power. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 30, it says, a heart at peace gives life to the body. And I would say that a heart that is fearful and worried drains life from the body. And when Jesus said he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly, to live an abundant life, you got to have inner peace. He said he came that his joy may be in us and our joy may be complete. Well, to have complete joy, it requires that we have inner peace. How many people would say that you would benefit and would like to have more inner peace in your life? You would like to have a more peaceful mind. 5, 6, good. I usually write this for about 5 people, so I'm kind of nailing it right in the head. So today we start a series, and it's called The Principles of Success. And it might not seem like it, but I would say the foundational and most important, if you're serious about success and transforming your life and being happier, the foundational principle for that is to develop a peaceful mind. Sometimes we think, well, let me get it all done, be all success, then I'll be peaceful. No, you have to start there, developing a peaceful mind. Here's how we do it. The first thing is you got to look within. Remember that old song called Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places? Well, we look for peace and happiness in all the wrong places. We tend to look outside of ourselves that if I just achieve this or have that or do this, that everything in my life will be good. If I just find the right man, the right woman, if I just win, or have a lot of money in my life, that, if I just get all those things, if I get the promotion, have a big house, if I achieve all these outer things, then inner happiness and peace will come to me, and that is not true. Searching outside of ourselves for our accomplishments, and nothing's wrong with them. I want you to hear that. Nothing wrong with money and success, nothing. But when we think it's the thing that's going to create happiness within us, that's when the challenge begins. And focusing on the outside of success to bring inner peace without looking within ourselves, it really doesn't work. And it inspires me to ask the Dr. Phil question, so how's that working for you? Because we as a culture are conditioned to succeed and achieve in that way, and then happiness will come. Well, do you know what our studies are showing? As modern as these times are with these conveniences, and as powerful a country as this is, the most powerful country in the world, more and more people are becoming less and less happy. More incidents of depression, of addiction to pills, use of tranquilizers and suicide is on the rise. Because at some level, we are not at peace with ourselves. At some level, we are not at peace with each other. At some level, peace of mind and a peaceful mind has not become a priority and a high value in our lives. Nothing wrong with success in all those different ways. But if we're missing the foundational thing that prevents us from actually enjoying it and experiencing it, we are doing ourselves a disservice. The Apostle Paul said, "Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." What he's saying is, don't get stuck in this thing of always chasing the outer, thinking that's where happiness is going to come. He said, transform yourself by renewing your mind. By renewing your mind to the true source of peace, to the true source of happiness. Renew your mind to that truth. Don't conform to the things we buy into with the appearances and things. Go to that place. That's where it says, seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. It doesn't say that all those things are bad. It just says put the inner peace, put that spirit of peace, that's God's peace within us, as our priority, and then the things will follow. In Isaiah it says, he will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed upon thee. In the Old Testament it says, listen to the still small voice of God. Be still and know that I am God. Every one of them, you know what they're basically saying? Look within. Go within. Connect to that source of peace, to that all-providing spirit of God, and quiet your mind and relax into God. Immerse yourself and rest your mind in the peaceful presence of God. In the book of Philippians chapter 4, it has a nice little passage which I think summarizes the whole idea of how to handle worry and negative thoughts. And here's what it says. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. The Lord is at hand. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, with prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God, and the peace of God that surpasses all human understanding will be yours. So what it's saying is, turn your mind to God. Rest your mind in the peace of God, and you will experience a peace that surpasses all human understanding. And how do we experience this peace that surpasses all human understanding? The first thing is, you got to connect with God silently. Because this peace of God thing isn't a thing in our head. It's something deeply that we need to feel and experience in our hearts and in our minds. So to quiet our minds, that we need to feel and experience it. We need to go to that quiet place. Again, Proverbs says, a heart at peace gives life to the body. So when you let your heart feel God's peace and your mind feel God's peace, that peace that surpasses all understanding will be ours. We will be one with that sense of peace and that connection. The second thing we need to do when we look within is we got to do it consistently. You know, Jesus just didn't pray once and he was like all set for the next month. You know, he did a really good one. He got, you know, that would be like saying you took a really, really good shower and you'll be good for a month. You had a really good meal, you'll be all right for a month. I mean, it doesn't work that way. Did you notice, and I always say this so often because it's so true, the demonstration of Jesus praying in the morning, in the midday, in the afternoon, the evening, he showed consistency. It isn't one and you're done. It is an ongoing process of keeping that connection to peace, but it's about building your consciousness. It is about praying when you think you don't need to pray. It's about praying when things go well and when things don't go well. Pray when you're feeling good, you're not feeling good. It is that consistency of connecting that keeps the consciousness and flow of that peace. You know, and then that's when you get to the place when you can say, and nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. It is by the consistency of prayer and immersing your mind in the mind of God. And the final one is you got to be persistent, because it ain't easy to quiet your mind all the time. Anybody ever meditate for 5 minutes and your mind wandered for 4.5? Anybody ever have that experience? I mean, I did this, I think I told you like 4 years ago, I did on this 10-day silent retreat in 29 Palms, California. It was absolutely fabulous. And so if you think your mind wandered, and we meditated 11 hours a day, 11 hours a day. You think your mind wandered a lot in 5 minutes? Imagine 11 hours a day, how much your mind wanders. But here's the thing is, everybody's mind wanders. Humans have what they call like a monkey mind. It jumps around, it gets distracted. That's why Paul said, be ye renewed by the transforming of your mind, because our minds get that way. And so what I'm trying to say is, if your mind wanders when you meditate, that's normal. I say it's important to be patiently persistent, because it takes time to just gently bring your mind back. Just keep bringing it back. Keep bringing it back. You got to be persistent. How many people play golf? A fair number again? Whether you play it or not, golf is a hard game. It is hard. Yet people keep playing to the tune of billions of dollars of equipment. And similarly, meditation and quiet your mind is hard. But keep playing. Just because it's hard, just because your mind wanders, you're par for the course. It's part of the process. Keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Look within and do it silently to feel God's peace in your heart. Do it consistently to build up that consciousness, and then do it persistently, because it's tough. It takes work to keep quieting your mind, but I guarantee you will drop in to deeper levels as you go by being consistent and persistent. Second thing about developing a peaceful mind is you got to learn how to let go. I'm reading a book by a Buddhist monk called How to Transform Your Life, and here's what he says. He says, when things go wrong in our life and we encounter situations, we tend to regard the situation itself as our problem. But in reality, what problems we experience actually come from our own mind. He said that the unhappiness and the frustration and the suffering that we feel and the attachments that we have in our lives, the things that hurt the most, actually we create. We create them and we maintain them, and that is the cause of pain. That the way to find peace is to learn how to let go, to purify our minds from what he calls the delusions, which are anger and fear and hatred, and believing that life has to be a certain way. That we need to purify our minds by letting go, because that is how we develop a peaceful mind, by learning to let go of the things that we're attached to. I mean, we as human beings have a tendency to hold on to stuff, particularly when it isn't good for us. So we hold on to the past. So we hold on to pain. We hold on to regrets. We hold on to grudges. We hold on to shame. We hold on to attachments of beliefs like life is unfair, like I'm not good enough. You can't trust anyone. We hold on to all kinds of stuff. We hold on to ideas of our glory days. We're still holding on to the past in that way. We are holding on to clothes that don't fit us anymore. We hold on to all kinds of things. The tendency of holding on is huge. Letting go is one of the most liberating yet most difficult of all spiritual practices, and including the form of letting go that is tough for us is forgiveness. All forms of letting go are tough. Sometimes in life, we are trying to change things that we don't like, to make them different than they are, and then we try to keep everything we like the same. And either way, we're just trying to control life instead of living it. Change is a part of life. Things evolve, things unfold, things come and things go. And we need to just live life that way and be okay to live, learn, love, and let go. We can't keep making it the same. We can't keep forcing it to change, because then we're not actually really living. I saw this thing with Tom Hanks. It's like a TikTok thing. I don't know what it is. But anyway, he's in this little gathering with Robert De Niro and Brad Pitt and all these famous actors. And they're talking about things that they wish they learned when they were younger. And Tom Hanks says, the one thing I wish I learned when I was younger is the concept of this too shall pass. Make bad choices, this too shall pass. You get rejected, this too shall pass. You have a bad performance, this too shall pass. You hit it big and you make lots of money, this too shall pass. You're in high demand and you finally feel people get you, this too shall pass. You're on top of the hill, this too shall pass. And I really love that, because what it's saying is don't keep holding on to life and trying to make it how it is. Just live it and let it go. I think one of the most brilliant lines and profound is what the Apostle Paul said. He said, I die daily. Isn't that brilliant? He dies to this day so that he could look at tomorrow in a fresher way. You know, they say that 95% of the things that we think today, we thought yesterday. And sometimes life is like Groundhog Day for us because we keep repeating the same thoughts and actions and behaviors. So what Paul is saying is, die to this day and don't be anxious about tomorrow. Live this day and then let it go so you can live and create a new day. Letting go is an empowerful. I die daily means I let go daily. So think of something in your life where you're not feeling that happy, you're not feeling a lot of peace about. You feel like you're suffering or struggling. Here are the questions to ask. Number one, we can ask these daily. What do I need to let go? What change or experience am I resisting? What delusion am I projecting onto this situation and individuals? What am I not seeing that I need to open my eyes to and see? What is the truth of this situation? What is the gift in this situation? What is the blessing in this situation? What fear do I need to let go? What attachment do I need to release? The thing about this, if we really want to find greater levels of peace and happiness, we need to practice letting go at a deeper level consistently. It is almost a question we could ask ourselves every single day. What do I need to let go? And the more we can let go, the more peace, the more we can let go, the deeper levels of happiness that we can experience. Want to develop a peaceful mind? The first thing is look within. And the second one is to let go. And the third one is to encourage yourself. How many people ever messed up and you beat yourself up, you criticize, you judged, and you put yourself down? Everybody ever been harsh on themselves when they mess up? It is stunning how brutal we can be on ourselves. I mean, absolutely stunning. Call ourselves a loser, call ourselves a screw-up, tell ourselves, you just always get it wrong. You never get it right. I mean, we can be so unkind and punishing and shaming of ourselves that it absolutely pulverizes our peace of mind. And it affects our self-confidence. Instead of encouraging ourselves, we can sometimes discourage ourselves. Like, who are you really kidding, man? I think you could do that. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. We hire personal coaches and trainers and mentors and go to therapists. You know why? Because we need some encouragement. We need some support. Life isn't easy. Changing and transformation and being our best self, it is not easy. We need encouragement, and nobody more do we need encouragement from than ourselves. And the fact is, if we can't encourage ourselves, how can we expect other people to? And so we need to learn how to be better supporters and encouragers of ourselves right where we are. And the most important thing is just to not withdraw our love from ourselves at the difficult times. To show ourselves, I love you right where you are. To love ourselves right where we are, whether we're on the mountaintop or curled up in the fetal position under the bed, to withhold our own love from ourselves. Talk about a lack of inner peace when we're the enemy within our own selves. We've all had situations where we've done something and tried to achieve something new, some new pattern, get healthier, get whatever, and we slip back. And sometimes it's hard work. Sometimes our mind tells us to do things that aren't wise. Go ahead. Have that second piece of chocolate cake. Go ahead. It's okay. People, things don't go well in our life, and our mind tells us, get angry, get upset. I mean, it sounds silly, but our mind sometimes controls us because we programmed it so poorly, it's starting to control and run us. Someone cuts you off on the highway, the mind says, yell, honk your horn, and show them one of your fingers. All kinds of insane things. No, stay in bed. You don't have to exercise today. Look how warm that bed is. You stay right there. Come on, for real. The mind tells us some stuff that we need some help, some encouragement. So my question for you right now is, when you mess up, how are you showing up for yourself? In the past, how have you shown up for yourself when you don't perform as well as you'd like? Are you mean? Are you harsh? Are you discouraging? Or are you kind and gentle and loving? 3 things about encouraging ourselves. Number 1, particularly be kind to yourself when you don't do as well. Say, that's okay, you tried your best. It's just a slip up, it's a part of the process. You'll do better next time. We'll work on a plan, we'll get a system, everything's going to be okay. Second thing is to visualize doing it better. I remember when Tiger Woods would make a bad shot, he would stay right there and take the swing again and visualize himself doing it the right and better way. So maybe visualize yourself handling a situation better than you did. Maybe being calmer in that conversation, being more positive. See yourself, visualize yourself not eating the cookie, but graciously turning it away and continue your discipline. Maybe the next time someone cuts you off on the highway, you can just smile and say, God bless you. And wave to them with all 5 fingers. Okay. And the third thing is to celebrate your progress. Sometimes we think we have to have quantum leaps of success to acknowledge ourselves as doing well. But if you did 5 more push-ups, celebrate it. If you said no and set a boundary that you had a hard time setting, celebrate that. Everything you do, I think it's important to acknowledge how far we've come, how well we're doing. We don't have to wait till everything is perfect to say, hey, you did good. A slap on our own back, a loving up and encouraging and celebrating ourselves is a hugely important thing to bring a greater sense of inner peace and happiness. The fact is, we all want to be happier. We all want a better life. We all want greater fulfillment. If we're really serious about it, the work we need to do, that the foundation of it is to work on our inner peace. So again, look within. Look within and do it silently so you can feel it in your heart. Do it consistently so you can build up that consciousness, and do it persistently because our minds wander. It's part of the deal. Be patiently persistent with yourself. Second, learn to let go. Keep letting go. Ask yourself every day, what is it do I need to release? What is it do I need to let go my attachment to? Because it really will free us. It will liberate us. And then finally, encourage yourself. Encourage yourself by being kind when things aren't going well, by visualizing yourself doing better, and celebrating all your successes along the way. Greater happiness and success await us all. And the first principle and foundation, if we are serious, is to develop a peaceful mind. God bless you all. Woo.